Hi, in this tutorial I will show a couple of more features of the 2D X-block measure. So I will first create a very simple geometry that we can work with like randomly, like a backward facing step. It's kind of basic geometry, and for the measure we need to split that actually up. So I will like 90 over at X, select, keep R for return, snap again at a 0 over at X, accept and close. So actually we have this shape and we need to split it up. So I will split but keep the segments. So this is standalone one, this needs to be split. This is standalone, this is standalone, this needs to be split. And this is standalone, this is standalone. So after creating these quads, I will select all of these with box selection. So I will just press key B, and then when I left click I can create this box and it will select everything. So I will hit this, create surface. So I have my 3 surfaces actually, 1, 2, 3. And now I need to create from this a shell, so I can box select and then hit this button, stitch faces to shell, and after I hide these 3, what remains is on the XY plane this basic geometry. Okay, so block measure, select this one, right click on geometry, import geometry. The geometry statistics will tell you if the geometry is valid. To be valid, each quad needs to have, well, that's the definition, just 4 edges. It can be also connection of edges in a way that 2 edges create like one parametric curve, like quick demonstration, like let me hide that, 1 edge, 2, 3, 4, like a pentagon. And if I click these two and then hit A, what you will see is when I hover over it, this is actually one parametric curve. Okay, I could now hit this, create the surface, and let me just remove this and then hit the surface, and I will import this. So I could basically mess that, it's no problem, but the only problem I will have is when I select this, you will see now what will be the problem. Or actually you will, if I remove the geometry, you get the point. So this is also possible. Okay, so hit new, that will remove this one we will work with. Now I will select all the edges when I select the old shape, and I will just click on that, it will select all. Okay, that's just for the demonstration purposes. Let's choose something like 50 and mesh. And what we'll see now is we have like a 2.5D mesh. Okay, it's actual 2D and one cell depth in the Z direction. What we can do is click this, we can change the depth like to 100, and if you have number of divisions like 1, you can hit the apply live thickness and it will adjust pretty quickly. It will just change the coordinates of the points actually. Now after that we can also change the number of divisions, okay, like 5, and you will have actually 5 cells in the Z direction. So this is actually a 3D mesh right now, a real 3D. What you can also do is select the wedge option, and the rotation axis will always be to the left. The leftmost edge of the geometry will be selected as the axis of rotation. And if you want to do a axisymmetric simulation, like you want to create an axisymmetric mesh out of 2D mesh, and if I hit the mesh button and remove the geometry, you will like one mesh, and this would be like an axisymmetric mesh, like one cell depth. You can also offset the edge, and then you will have like here this thick cell, so you can apply boundary condition on that, and you can also split that up into like 10 cells. You can change the sweep angle also, can like 30 degrees. What you can also do is like you can close entirely. Okay, let's say you want like, I don't know if that's too much right now. Let's say for every 2, that might be a little bit too much. Now we need to wait for the renderer, and here we go. So we have 1.35 million cells right now, and you see the rotation axis still here. You can also like use the mesh clipper, like let me clip in X direction, and you can see what's inside. Like this. And what you can also do is like if you hit on shrink geometry, you can see actually your blocks. You can also shrink the mesh, but that will take a while, so let us turn that to 5 and let's make it 1, and I will show you that. If you turn on this option, shrink mesh, you will see that your cells will shrink and you can see what's going on inside. So this is how to use mesher to create axisymmetric mesh. The patching and exporting are just like in the other videos. In the airflow video we show that we can create patch and rename that as inlet. Then you need to select edge, turn on the geometry again, turn off this select edge from here, hit that, and that will be patch. inlet, and you need an outlet also, like, I don't know, these two patch, rename to outlet, and everything, every patch you do not name will be the wall. The internal edges will be discarded in the patching. You can, however, call that a patch, and that will get an internal baffle. So as for cell zone, I don't know. You can just right click, add cell zone, and you need to select faces. Okay, 2D case face. So turn on the face like this. So this is the face I selected. So rename, I don't know, cell zone. Now if you like export the mesh now, you will get your OpenFOAM mesh immediately. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.